we go. A new movie. How's that sound? I still do those on occasion. I think I say that every time I do a new movie. Because the channel's pretty much turned into LSJ's late reviews. I don't know, I just find it more interesting watching old stuff than the new stuff they're churning out lately. That, and there's not much new stuff being churned out. So, there's not much churn. Don't know what that means, but I do know that we're doing Project Power. Project Power is a new Netflix movie. It's about a week old, so that's pretty standard for me. It's directed by two people, those being Henry Joust, I don't know how to pronounce that, and Ariel Schulman, and that's written by Mattinson Tomlin. It stars Jamie Foxx, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Dominique Fishback. And the gist of this movie, it's pretty simple. There's this new drug on the streets of New Orleans that for 5 minutes gives you a superpower. And it's a really cool premise. You've got Dominique Fishback, a 30-year-old who plays a high schooler, but she's really good in the movie. She deals in power. That's the name of the drug, power. And, she has a kind of cop friend that she deals power to because he's trying to fight, all these drug dealers and shit at their own game. And so he takes it, and the other main character, Jamie Foxx, he's an ex-soldier whose daughter's been kidnapped and shit, and his quest is to save her and stuff. That's the gist, but I don't think I've ever. This movie is fast-paced, but it's not all that action-packed at the same time. Is there action in it? Yes. Is the action cool? Yeah. Is there a lot of it? No. So it's a fast-moving plot, but with little action. It's kind of weird to me. Now, this movie, it's fine, but I feel like a lot of the time they tell you things rather than show you. Power hits the streets of New Orleans at the start of the movie, right? And you have this thing like a map of New Orleans, and red dots appear on it as you hear various different 911 calls as they see all this kind of crazy shit, and kind of all this chaos surrounding the first few people using the drug and doing all their super-powered shit. You don't see any of that. That would have been cool. Rather than show us the map and all that, this felt like a inexpensive way to show us what the world's like now. Yeah, and might have been really cool to see some of that mayhem, see some of that chaos. Alright, so Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who I haven't seen in ages, by the way, what happened to him? He used to be in a lot more movies. I don't know, maybe he was busy doing other shit. I don't know, I'm not his biographer, but it's good to see him back. He plays this cop who sometimes takes power in order to apprehend criminals who are taking power. Fighting fire with fire, as it were. And he's telling one of the characters how, this is mild spoiler, but how the fucking idiots hopped up on power, the criminals and shit, just fucking laid waste to police in certain areas of New Orleans, just completely obliterated them with their superpowers and shit. And that's cool too, but I think it would have been a lot better to show that. Yes, I know it's kind of brutal and dark, but you probably get behind Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character even more. That now you know his motivations better. All right, so he wants to protect the city, except he wants to protect it bad, really bad. But the problem is, you never really see why. They just tell you why. And this movie does a little bit too much of tell and not show. As I mentioned, the action scenes, they're a bit short. I'll be sitting there going, oh hell yeah. Jamie Foxx is about to fucking throw down. He's finally caught up with this motherfucker. He's gonna get his ass beat. Oh, here we go, it's over. Really? We were building up to that, man. It's like when you're playing a video game and you're like, fuck yeah, boss battle time. Oh, it's over? Or, oh, it's quick time events? Oh, fuck. What? The action scenes always just feel short. They're flashy, sure, and they're great. They're just really short and few and far between. So the movie made me feel, because of all these things that they tell you and don't show, that it didn't really have the budget to match the ambition of the story or the concept. And so, yeah, it never really tries to do anything ambitious. It's just quite happy being a straightforward action movie. And that's alright. Passes the time. And it's only just maybe an hour and 40 minutes or so. The plot moves fast enough, so you're never bored, but don't think about it too much. Right? These power pills apparently give you powers that have derived in some way from animals. Well, I have never seen what animals Hulk out. If you can prove to me an animal goes from like my size to fucking Hulk size, I'll shut up. But what kind of fucking animals give you frosty ice powers, like, Killer Frost from The Flash or something? What animal does that? I get the guy who's a chameleon, because there's lizards and shit that do that. But what about Joseph Gordon-Levitt's power? Like, he's bulletproof when he takes the pill. Okay, but even in the head, like, how many animals are bulletproof in the head? Don't think about it too much. Just watch the movie. You'll enjoy it more if you kind of have a brain switching off moment. As I said, it's solid enough. It's a little cliched. At the start of this movie, when they're introducing this drug and stuff, I bet you the government or some kind of government shadowy thing released it to test it on the populace and shit. And that turns out to be true. Sorry, I'll put a minor spoiler in the description, but yeah. The movie is what you think it is, and it's fine. But it's still just your standard Netflix movie. Why do they nail TV shows a lot better than movies? Like, movies I find on Netflix are hit and miss, but you've got BoJack, you've got Ozark, you've got all these fucking amazing shows on Netflix that are Netflix originals. And yet the movies just seem to be just a bit alright. I had fun. It's an alright movie. There's only so many different ways I can say it's alright. And I think I said them all. It's going to be like, dislike, share and subscribe, all that jazz. Follow me on the Tweety. I'll see you next time. Just fucking stick the thing on the thing. There you go. Come on, Netflix.